let's start with Greg Kelly, because look, Joe and Barack knew is the title of this one. Joe and Barack knew, because they're on a first name basis. Because Biden and Obama and Greg Kelly, they're like this, and this is Greg Kelly. All right, here we go. So, so this is what this is. This is what this is all about, and I will. We'll get to some of that. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. And I'm sure that I want to apologize ahead of time that I know my personal nerd tech meter is going to peg in this video, like while I'm doing this. They're going to say some stuff that is so dumb. Oh, hold on one second. Brett says, Hal, don't forget that 99% of the DNS pings came from Alpha Bank and the DeVos-owned health company server. Yes, we'll get to that, because they don't name Betsy DeVos and the related healthcare company and the fact that she got a fucking job in the administration, but for acting as an intermediary between a Russian bank linked with the oligarchs and Trump. Why would he bring that up? Why would that be in bold text and all caps in this indictment? I can't imagine. But at some point, I know they're going to say something. Either Hannity, definitely, Glenn possibly. I don't know where Greg Kelly goes. I think he's just going to talk about this in like terms. We'll see. But it's going to aggravate me. It's going to make me I might walk away. I might be overwhelmed by the dumb at this point. All right, here we go.
Worse than Watergate. Yeah, worse than Watergate. The Russia collusion hoax and all that went into it. Turns out that, yeah, President Trump was right. Worse.
No, it wasn't worse than Watergate. I mean, he'll repeat this because he paid for it. That's fiber. You're not going to waste all $4.55 of what you kicked in on this, Greg. Trump was framed. Oh, shit. Trump was framed. Oh, shit. This is going to be good. Okay.
What was Watergate? A bunch of Democratic operatives being spied on and played tricks on by some Republican operatives, okay? Operatives.
Is that what they're being spied on and being tricked? They broke into the fucking offices, dickhead. And they're playing tricks on them. It's like, I don't know, it's like a tennis match of tricksterism. The Democrats were, they were getting tricks played on them by tricksters from the other side, and there's a musical about it, and the band Tricksters doing all the music.
Warring with other operatives. What do we have here? We have...
What do you mean warring with other operatives? Motherfucker, it was a break-in. Nixon was in like a fever of anti-democratic and anti-Semitism and losing his fucking mind. He was creating an enemies list. He knew he couldn't win. All right.
A sitting...
Well, and then he ultimately did, which
President
is
of the United States, Donald Trump, it looks like forces loyal to Hillary Clinton, her campaign, may have been spying on the president himself.
No. By the way, during the pings that happened around the White House, it's part of the related story to this, of all the Russian Vodaphones that were around. Those were the spike in pings of those phones showed up when the transition team started coming and meeting with people in the Obama White House. All of a sudden, there's all these Russian cell phones in and outside the White House during the transition. During the transition, from November 4th, 2016, 5th, I think was when it basically 6th started. They were late, weren't they? It was like that following weekend into the 20th. All the way through the Michael Flynn, getting dumped, all that shit. Magically.
President Trump spied on by an apparatus created by Hillary Clinton. This is
An apparatus. A dude who worked at a law firm who was freaking out because he knew that the stuff that they were seeing was fucking dangerous. It wasn't just, it went beyond, finding, dirt on a political opponent. It wasn't the kind of stuff you run against. It's the kind of stuff you report to the FBI. Okay, let me give you an example. And this is how it reads out in this indictment, too. It never, ever, it has techs who work for the tech executive who emailed back and forth about how to explain it to normies and going, I think you stayed away from the stuff that would confuse them, so that's great. That kind of stuff, which they're like, see, they knew it was fake, which is bullshit because the tech executive was like, I've seen it myself. This is fucking rock solid. And it's like, let's say you are hired as an attorney or a private investigator or, as a PR firm to dig up dirt on a political opponent. And you think, okay, dude cheats on his wife, dude, has some, golfs with Henry Kissinger and some scurrilous fuckers and yada, yada. And in looking into it, you photograph the dude burying a dead body. And the whole thing goes from, holy fuck, this guy's in a creep, he's a murderer. And you, while you still work for that campaign and all that kind of stuff, you go to them, you're like, he's burying, that's him with a shovel. And they're like, well, you have to go to the police or the FBI. They got to look at it. We can't go photograph a corpse. People will think we put it there. You have to go report the crime part to the authorities. Right? Does anyone have a difficulty understanding that? The compromise, the edgy, unethical stuff you go look for, and then you find genuine criminality. So you go to the FBI and you go, I'm not here because I work for the Clinton campaign or for this tech executive. I'm here because I have a legal obligation as an officer of the court to tell you guys that a crime is occurring. That's true. As a lawyer, he has that responsibility. So he goes into the FBI and he says, I'm not here on behalf of any particular client. I've seen this stuff. We've seen this stuff. We've got this stuff. You need to see this stuff. You need to do something with this. This is criminality. This is beyond us just looking for, looking at the Stormy Daniels pee-pee tape kind of stuff. This is fucked up. And when he went in there, he was not an operative of Hillary Clinton or a representative of Tech Executive One, which is what it's asserting in Sussman, in the Sussman indictment. He was acting as an officer of the court. He has a legal obligation to do that. Now, did Rudy Giuliani do that as an officer of the court when he clearly came across illegality within the Trump organization that he himself participated in? No. So, of course, they have a difference of opinion about what the course of action once you discover some shit like this is.
Some blog. This isn't some tweet. These are allegations from a DOJ prosecutor, all right?
Yes, that was appointed by Trump to go after his enemies. But yeah, and by the way, for the record, he's doing a shitty job. Sussman's going to probably get this dismissed within the week. So you know.
In official court filings. Now, the mainstream media...
Wait a minute. He filed them with the court? Good Lord. Next thing you'll tell me Mike Lindell sent things to the Supreme Court. Say it ain't so.
They're ignoring this because, it destroys their narrative, and they're really threatened by it. It seems to me that they hate Donald Trump more than they like their country. It's pretty...
Is that what it is? Do you think maybe, Greg, maybe they just read this piece of shit? That didn't occur to you? Did you read this piece of shit? I read this piece of shit. All right.
astounding. All right, so you remember Robert Mueller, the special prosecutor, he found nothing to the whole Russia.
Oh, did he now? He found nothing? You haven't read that either, have you? My favorite part of the Mueller report is the part where they talk about how the White House used every possible opportunity they could to obstruct them looking into the financial connections, which is the point of motive that they were most interested in looking into, but were not allowed by the DOJ to actually look at by Sessions or by Barr. So if you don't have a motive, how are you going to indict somebody? And even if you want to try, Barr's not going to let you try anyways. There's like 9 points where he's obviously engaged in this bullshit.
Mess. He had to say so. Finally, took him a long time, but yes, ultimately he did say no collusion. Attorney General.
No, he did not. He fucking well did not.
Said, this is so weird.
So put the quote up. Don't say he finally said no collusion. Play the tape. Roll the tape, dummy. Show me a quote. Fly it up. Where is it? What page is it on? You're allegedly a news organ. I have this document ready to go, just in case I need to cite it. And I don't have one of these. I had to make my own frames on this lovely episode of Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide. I put my Venmo thing up there and made a little shadow graphic that goes underneath it. That's 2 graphics layered over each other. So I can take that out at some point if I want to and put in the PayPal one, or I can put in the alerts thing in case it's not distracting enough. And yeah, sure, Greg. I have a green screen that's too small because I'm doing this in my own. Fine. But where I do lack in arm expansion in my own studio space, I make up for in actual fucking information, you lazy turd.
So crazy. It went on for so long. We have to get to the bottom of this. How did this nonsense start? He appointed John Durham, special prosecutor. Now, John Durham has been working slowly, methodically, but he's managed to shave off his sideburns and all right. Working. He made an indictment about 7 months ago. That was interesting.
Yeah. And by the way, that was for also, I think, lying to federal investigators, which, by the way, they all think that when Manafort did it or Roger Stone did it or Mike Flynn did it, even though they were working on behalf of foreign interests and admitted so, pled guilty as fucking nothing. And the other guy he indicted, again, and I've said, is fuck Carter Page. I'm just saying, the guy that they busted earlier for, changing statements on the FISA warrant application, yada, yada, changed it in a way that it would make it less likely for them to continue the Carter Page FISA warrant. And the judge said, there's more here, so I will allow it to continue. It wasn't enough to convince him to stop the warrant. That guy, who the first guy he indicted, was trying to help Trump. Jesus.
Somewhat routine court filing related to that indictment, some truly earth-shattering information was revealed. And let's go to it.
Yeah, let's
Says
get to
this. Tech Executive 1 and his associates exploited internet traffic pertaining to Trump Tower. Now, we had an idea of that already. Also, Trump Central Park West apartment building. Did not know about that. Here is the shocker. The Executive Office of the President of the United States.
Yeah. By the way, not while Trump was president. That's why there's no dates in this fucking thing. One would think, yeah, I'm a Columbo fan. You guys know. One of the best things about Columbo is he would always make sure that you had your details straight. Because he was always up against somebody who'd created an airtight alibi, And then he would turn around at the last second and go, ma'am, I checked the train schedule, and that train doesn't get in until 8:06 a.m. And you said you were here at 7:45, right? That kind of thing. Those details matter in an indictment. There are none in this. There's not even fucking months in this stupid thing. Here, this one, like, there's all these, like, the only time the date shows up is when, they're talking about this guy talking to the news. Because they're trying to shape it around like, oh, okay, they were doing this to leak this to the press. And again, we've said this before, you can't leak a lie. Okay? If you're making the case that they were lying about any of this stuff, then Trump would have a libel case against them, and he should sue. Now, he won't, because the discovery would be fucking brutal. There is no way Trump could sue tech executive number one or the Hillary Clinton campaign or even Sussman himself for quote unquote leaking this stuff to the media. Because if it's leaked, it's true. A lie is just made up. You can't leak a lie. It's not possible. It's a contradiction in terms. So if it's leaked, it's true. And there's a lot of they were leaking this to the press. But let's see where he goes with this. Also, his associates exploited internet traffic pertaining to. Now, again, they are not at all. Hold on. Quit. Getting yeah. They are not at all claiming that the information is wrong. And you have to know they're digging. This is how you dig deeper in a hole. They broke in my house, they opened my safe, and they found the pictures of me cheating on my wife. What? I thought you said you didn't cheat on your wife. Well, you weren't supposed to know that. That's where we are.
That tech executives were handing information to lawyers working for Hillary Clinton, and they were getting information from the President of the United States computer. That's what's
Obama was president.
Side here. So when Donald Trump said he was being spied on as a cat,
wait,
he was, and it looks like also as president of.
No. This is all 2016. All of what happens in the allegations in this fucking indictment happened in 2016. Obama was president in 2016. He was president until January 20th, 2017. You dipshit.
The United States. This actually isn't that complicated to follow, and
you're right, which is why it's mind-boggling that you are unable to follow it in any way.
Well, let's start. Let's start with Hillary Clinton and her campaign. Okay, she's
They fuck you at the drive-thru. Okay. They spied on the president of the United States. Oh, God. Yes, Hillary was spying on Obama, apparently, in July of 2016.
for to be president. Everybody knows that, and she's got.
Also, by the way, just so we're clear, let's see if I can find it fairly quickly. I should have made notes in this. Okay, let's see. In or about April 2015, campaign retained law firm One, that's the one Sussman worked for, as its counsel for the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Just so you know the time scale we're in. This is Tech Executive One. He's the guy who was also hired them to deal with some cybersecurity stuff, had access to a big thing, and they were showing a proof of concept to the university they were working with. They're like, we can discover all this kind of stuff. We'll show you. This stuff is readily available on the internet. Doesn't even take any hacking. You can just get it. It's there. And he showed them, and they're like, and while they're looking at it, they're like, motherfucker, this asshole's talking to Russia. In or about November 2016, tech executive claimed to have previously offered a position. That's what. Okay, there you go. By, in, or about late July 2016, the aforementioned computer researcher who used the moniker Tea Leaves looked at this purported data, spanned the time period from May 4th, 2016 to July 29th, 2016. Does anybody... Pop quiz, Greg Kelly. Who is president from during that period of time? Because that's when they were getting this data. That's when that data collection happened. That's when the spying happened, right? Fucking hell. I mean, I guess in all fairness to Greg Kelly, Trump has always been president. He's like Jack Torrance in The Shining. You've always been here.
A lot of lawyers. One of her lawyers is a guy named Michael Sussman. Michael Sussman was also the lawyer for a tech executive. We're leaving his name out. The court papers left it out. Tech executive one said to be desperate to get a job in a Clinton administration. All right.
No, he said he might be offered that job because of the kind of cybersecurity work that he does, and he definitely would not do that job if Trump won. He wanted to work for the United States. He wanted to be that guy, but he didn't trust Trump, and he wouldn't work under him. Yeah, Hillary's guys are so
tech executive number one, who also hired that Clinton lawyer, was pulling together data and white papers and all kinds of things, mining.
Oh my God, not white papers. And derogatory information on Trump. Oh, you mean true shit about how awful he is? Data. You mean, what's another word for data besides our favorite android on Star Trek, The Next Generation? Oh yeah, facts. Yeah. Shit.
Government computers for derogatory information on Trump.
And they found some. And Sussman went, fuck, legally, I have to take this to the FBI because it's criminal.
Now, specifically, in the complaint, in the filing, it says as follows. Tech executive one reported suspicious internet activity, 1,000 lookups tying Trump to Russia. But here's what the prosecutors point out. Lookups are not rare, more than 3 million in 7 years. And the way this was portrayed to the...
Yeah, but none of them got answered from within the White House as Mike Flynn was on the premises. These were specific spikes. These weren't like DDoS attacks. You dumb shit. These were specific conversational DNS lookups. That's how they know.
Was that, oh my gosh, 1,000 lookups. Trump must be working for the Russians. Next.
Yeah, it's kind of crucial that they only happen when, like, members of the transition team are on White House grounds. You see what I mean? Those 1,000 lookups start pinging like crazy in November and December, only when those people are on the White House grounds to fucking Russian phones. Okay. Jesus.
Rare Russian-made mobile phones were utilized in the vicinity of the White House. Well, that was...
No, they're going to say they're not rare. Well, it's rare that they're on White House grounds, dum-dum.
Labeled totally false. There's nothing to substantiate that. Now, tech...
No. Oh, no. That's not what it says. They make the allegation that those phones existing in Washington, D.C. are not that rare on the scale of foreign phones compared with the number of Huawei phones and other shit. It's incredibly rare that they ping on White House grounds when the Russians aren't there.
Executive one, who is monitoring this data that he had access to as a government contractor, going all the way back to 2014, but
Right.
Obama was president. All right. Now, let me put Hillary and Sussman back in the picture.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank God the people at Fiverr were awake at that hour.
Executive 1 is giving this information to Michael Sussman.
Hold on. I need to bring in a tech executive who can understand this. Give me 1 second. I know. I get it. I can explain it all to y'all. I'll have you know, I worked as a cable operator for Vivid Films for a couple of shoots. They just needed a stunt crack. It's a long story.
Hillary Clinton is paying Michael Sussman because he's a lawyer.
Right.
Sussman goes to the FBI by himself, not with Hillary and not with the tech executive.
They didn't go with him? They didn't even give him a ride or pay for his Uber? He went over there alone, into the lion's den, surrounded by revenuers, the stink of moonshine. Oh, no, that's me. Never mind. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Just him, and he says, hey, I've got all this data and all these reports and all this tech.
He seems pretty relaxed there. Hey, I got all this data and these reports. Hey, man, I got all this stuff. You want to look at any of it? I got it right here. Whack, like that. And he just flashed him and fucked off.
Stuff that says the Trump people are talking with Russia, and it's very, very suspicious. And
well, I don't think it's suspicious at all, man. I think it makes a lot of sense. You want to be friends with, the dictators in the world. You don't want to be enemies with those folks. They're crazy. You know what I mean? Like they say, keep your friends close and them crazy motherfuckers closer. That's how my dad taught that phrase to me when I was growing up. Surrounded by a lot of crazy motherfuckers. But anyways, hey man, I'd be talking to them Russians all the time too if they had a PP tape on me. Come on.
I'm here as a private citizen. I'm not representing anybody.
Nope.
Well, that's a lie.
Right.
He was.
Well, no, that's the allegation in the indictment. Now, I don't want to get all lawyery on you, but Greg, of the two of us, who do you think has been on the receiving end of the law the most? Not that you couldn't. I don't think I doubt you there, Greg. Because, you absolutely would have been locked up multiple times if your daddy wasn't the commissioner of police or whatever the fuck he did in New York. That's a big highfalutin job. Man, I wish I had that get out of jail free card when I was DUIing with a friend's wife. But, in this particular case, this is the allegation in said indictment. I've been listening to someone else read. I'm a stalker.
Representing Hillary Clinton, working for Hillary, and also for that tech executive, and that's why he was indicted.
Sussman Allegedly. Yeah, be impressed. Allegedly lies to FBI. That's a weird word, man. FBI. You should not have. Well, I ain't fucking Yugoslavian. You don't have that many consonants right next to each other at the beginning of a word. It messes with me.
Allegedly, this is.
Oh shit, we got 29.2 thousand subscribers, 29,200 subscribers. We need 800 more people. We're going to hit 30,000. Oh my God. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
But the FBI, quite frankly, should have known this was a lie, in my opinion, and also in the opinion of Joe DeGeneva, who will be joining us in just a little.
Oh, shit. You got Joe DeGeneva, a lawyer kicked to the curb by Donald Trump, which is the greatest and highest honor anybody can have. That's the Donald Trump You Know Too Much award.
So does this make sense? Sussman is presenting data and reports to the FBI, which are skewed, which are spun, which are deliberately made to look worse than they actually are.
I don't know that that's the case, but I'll take your word for it, Greg. You're an honorable man, and you make weird hand gestures.
And he's saying he's a private citizen, and he's not. Hillary Clinton is paying him. The data is coming from a guy who wants a job with Hillary Clinton. He doesn't stop.
Yeah, but the data is, if he presents false data to the FBI, then he and his clients will be engaged in illegal activity. I know this because one time, I'll have you know, that I once, in a fit of rage, hacked a speaking spell and made it say dirty words. 8th grade was fun, but I was once brought before a court, and my lawyer refused to enter my plea of temporary technicality. And yeah.
FBI, allegedly, Mr. Sussman goes to another organization. Now, we can't say what that government organization is. It's referred to.
You could say it, you just don't fucking know.
Government agency number 2. So, with respect to the prosecutors, I'm only going to reveal.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, only reveal the details they put forward and then lie about what it says. That's the honorable thing to do. He's country, man.
Its initials at this point. The CIA.
Oh, he went to the CIA? All right.
Hey, okay. Yes, the CIA. Everybody.
Oh, right. That's right. Because FBI would be for stuff inside the United States, like them phones talking on American soil. But then you'd have to go to the CIA for anything that happened outside the country, because that's where the law is. Okay. So he fulfilled his legal obligation twice, honorably. I can understand why you'd want to go after him.
That stop number 2 was a Central Intelligence Agency.
Yeah.
Although not alleged in the court filings, it is believed that Sussman had a talk with John Brennan. Okay, John Brennan, fierce.
What? I like a what graphic in the middle of something. Huh? You know what I mean? That's how Greg Kelly first responded. Huh? That's what you do when you see something like that. Like what?
Partisan former director of the Central Intelligence Agency. It is believed.
Yeah, he is partisan. He's very on the side of America, which I don't know where he got that wild hair up his ass.
It's very likely that Brennan would have shared this information with Barack Obama and Joe.
Well, yeah, because he was president of the United States, and it involved a candidate for the president of the United States talking to a foreign power and exchanging possibly either Bitcoin or funds or passwords or secret communications through a bank server, which they knew was off the grid from the international system, to a shit secondary server that they could stiff arm in the basement of. Oh wait, am I talking about Hillary? No, I'm talking about that's Trump. That's Trump. That's right. There we go.
Biden, although again the part where Obama was surveilled may have been left out. This gave.
Oh, you mean he wasn't surveilled? And by the way, you're fucking with your earlier, you're going to mess up Glenn Beck's whole argument. Don't say that.
You know who? A beautiful excuse to start saying Trump's with Russia. Hillary.
Well, it wasn't an excuse. It was a revelation.
Clinton. Then she takes to Twitter. Computer scientists have apparently uncovered a covert server linking the Trump organization to a Russian-based bank. She did.
Yeah. So is the problem that she knew it or that she said it? Because it sounds like knowing it ain't the problem. That's inarguable. But the saying it is the part you have a problem with, it seems like.
Just before the election. Look at how desperate she is. It's time for
Trump to and swear. You should swear when you run for president. You wait till you're president and then you say bullshit and people will clap. Psoriasis. He's got psoriasis of the Cuestones. I don't speak Spanish. About his ties to Ruskies.
Trump to answer serious questions about his ties to Russia. You see what's happening here? Okay.
Yeah, that dude brought data to the FBI and the CIA, and they shared it with the media, and she's referencing it to the media because it seems like to me, and thanks for bringing it up, Greg, that a lot of people were fucking worried that Trump was gargling Putin's balls. I would find that alarming myself.
Sussman, that tech executive, others perhaps, get together. They create information, and then they give this book.
Well, I excuse me, tap the brakes there, son. There ain't nothing in this indictment here, and I had somebody read it to me. Ain't nothing in here that says that they created this data. Ain't nothing in here that they made the data up, son. everything in this, according to the person that can read that I know personally through a service that I subscribe to, ain't nothing in here that data that they shared was made up. It was all legit data. They just weren't supposed to give it to anybody. They're supposed to sit on it so Trump could get in office and close the border. Know what I'm saying?
This phony information to the FBI, to the...
Well, no, again, I don't want to, I'm trying to help you out here, man. I don't want you getting in one of them Dominion lawsuits, but that, because they're a big, powerful law firm, and you're alleging that they are fabricating evidence and presenting it to the FBI and the CIA, which is a way bigger crime than saying, I don't work for Hillary Clinton right now. I'm just walking in here because this is fucked up, right? Know what I'm saying? All right.
So they can investigate it, and they can say Hillary can...
Yeah, they don't let them investigate it. It's wrong that they even think that they have the right to investigate some of this. Hold on. That's what he said, right? They have the right to what?
To the government.
Right.
So they can investigate it, and they can say...
Yeah, man, they're going to take all this data and investigate it, which I think is like a cross between investigation and defecation. And that's how Trump's top secret stuff ended up in the toilet. He investigated it. Basically, he viewed his colon as a shredder.
Hillary can say, oh, whoa, they're investigating something. She doesn't tell you that she paid for it. She didn't tell you that the...
Well, she didn't pay for it. She didn't pay for him to go to the FBI. He went on his own because he legally has an obligation to do so. Don't get me started, man, when your lawyer's like, look, if I'm aware of a crime you intend to commit, I got to tell the court. I'm like, motherfucker, what happened to attorney-client privilege? Huh? And now you say, no. Yes, we need to investigate Hillary right now.
It's wild. And I got actually lots of questions, but one for Robert Mueller.
I got some questions too, but I want to hear yours because these will be good. Okay, one for Robert Mueller. Let's hear it.
This is actually pretty straightforward.
All right.
How did you not figure this out during, what, those 18 months and $30 million? How much did he spend? How long was that investigation? How could he not have gotten this information? Maybe he knew it all along.
Oh, that's right. Maybe he knew about this Trump data and the Alpha Bank connection all along, and he shared it, and he hid it so he didn't have to put it in the Mueller report so Trump wouldn't get in trouble. Is that what you're saying, Greg? That Mueller's actually on the team? He's a maggot just like you and me? Come on, man. Who knew? I love you, Robert Mueller. Thank you for hiding the Alpha Bank evidence.
We'll have to see. But when Donald...
Well, yeah, eventually it'll just come out. It has to.
Trump said that he was being spied on, and the mainstream media scoffed at it. Literally.
Who's the one colluding with Russia? I think it's the motherfucker who's writing this stuff down here and giving you 3 question marks. We get it. It's a question. We get it. You're confused.
Scoffed at it. Looks like he was right, and they were all wrong.
The biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign.
Oh,
they spied on my campaign.
There's no real evidence of that.
Of course there is. It's all over the place.
It's true, man. It was all over the place. It was in the toilet. It was toe up. Now, granted, he means the Russians were spying on him because they had a guy in a turd-shaped submarine in the sewers, and he wasn't sneaking papers to him by flushing them down the toilet. He just figured once they're gone, they're gone.
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? You know, this is 60 Minutes, and we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't put on things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't.
Hey, what more, Leslie? What more do you want? He said it like 5 times. The truth is like the candy man. If Trump says it a bunch, it shows up behind you and stabs you. Stabbed by the truth in your bathroom. That's how it works. Come on.
It's been totally verified.
No.
It's been, just go down and get the papers.
Yeah, right. Get the papers. Just go down there, find any like a bird shop. What do they call them shops that sell birds? Go in there, look in the bottom of the cage, and see if you can't read the pea leaves that are in there. I heard, I don't know if you know this, but when you, in pigeon shit, the white part is urine. I did not know that. I thought it was icing.
Spied on my campaign. They got.
That was a sad day when I found that out, I have to say. I was wrong. But I'm not too proud to admit it.
Caught.
It was worse than that, actually. They spied on his presidency.
No, that was Obama's presidency, you dumb motherfucker. Calendars aren't something we're going to argue, man. I don't know what kind of Back to the Future bullshit you're talking about. This is like, is this one of them like fake newscasts that's playing in the back in like Time Cop in that Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, which I love, don't get me wrong.
By the way, Biden, this whole thing did help him, right? Remember during the debates? I mean, Russia was the excuse for everything.
There are 50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plan. They have said that this has all the 5 former heads of the CIA, both parties, say what he's saying is a bunch of garbage. Nobody believes it.
Yeah, and let me tell you what, Russian garbage is the worst, man. Honest to God. All it is just vodka-soaked toilet paper and shell casings. That's all they eat over there. That's how they police their brass. I don't know if you know that, but Russian snipers, they kapow, kapow, like it's amazing, man. I wouldn't do that shit.
His and his good friend Rudy Giuliani.
You mean the laptop is now another Russia?
Yeah, it's bullshit. I want to see it, man. No, don't trust me. I wanted to see it. Show me a picture, man. I don't know why you didn't have it on the goddamn podium, man.
Hoax.
That's exactly what.
Is this where you're
exactly
going?
what.
This is where he's going. The laptop is Russia,
Gentlemen,
Russia.
I want to stay on.
Yeah. I mean, that's some good shit. I mean, I don't think it was Russia. I think it was, Rudy. Because the Russians would have actually given you a fucking laptop. They'd have made them one of them Beau Biden Foundation stickers, stuck that sucker on there. They'd have faked all the metadata. I'm getting way too smart for my teeth.
Issue of race.
Russia, it became an excuse for everything, even Hunter's laptop.
Well, no, actually, I watched them. We all watched those debates. Russia wasn't the reason why he egged it. That was really the only thing he was gripping on to, man. He was clinging to Putin's short and curlies during that whole fucking thing. Thank you for that.
Saying it's from Russia
super chat
anymore,
there,
by
Sandy.
the way. Once again, the allegation in the recent court filings by John Durham. Here it is. Powerful stuff. Tech executive number.
So I'm getting a chance. I mean, honestly, I know this dude who wears the exact same shirt I'm wearing, who read this thing all the way through, and I'm gonna guess you're just going off the graphics they're posting in front of you.
One and his associates exploited internet traffic.
By the way, for the record, this thing is 27 pages. You lazy motherfucker. That's it, and it's like double spaced or something, man. Even I could read this if they had it in crayon. That's my preferred medium. It ain't. I mean, man, it won't take you long. Take me long, but Greg Kelly is an educated feller. He's one of them legacy college boys.
Pertaining to Trump Tower, that would have been during the campaign, Trump Central Park West apartment building, and the executive office of the President of the United States.
I gotta say, man, that font, that typeface, I'm sorry to graphic designers out there. I know you guys get persnickety about that shit. It ain't a font, it's a typeface. Whatever. That's like them amosexuals always going, it ain't a clip, it's a magazine. Who gives a fuck, man? Y'all are freaking out about somebody wanting different pronouns, and you're like, don't call it It's a Clip, it's a magazine. Meanwhile, you're getting all mad about, he's and she's. Out of your fucking mind? It's the exact same problem, man. You got the wrong pronoun for my thing that holds my bullets. But I'm just saying, this typeface right here, with the red on black, like, you got to fucking squint to see that, man. That is not. I'm just saying, I know this girl who works down at the strip club. She changes all the names on the marquee. She could hook you up, man. She's got an old laptop she got off of Don Jr. I take it back. It wasn't Don Jr.'s. That was a mistake. I'm just fucking around. It wasn't Don Jr. It was Eric's. And it was the nice thing about it when she got it was, aside from none of the software being updated in over a year and a half since it was purchased, there was literally no documents on it. Nothing that required reading at all. So she had all this free hard drive space. It was fucking amazing.
This is huge. This is earth.
It's earth. Oh shit! The earth is shattering. Trump was right again. You know You know what? You're wrong about one thing. That ain't his address no more. Why are you not? Or did he? Is that Mar-a-Lago?
This is potentially the biggest scandal in the history of this country.
I got 3 words for you. Grassy knoll.
Our mainstream media personalities, journalists, whatever they call themselves.
Yeah, they're busy talking about Ukraine and jobs and the economy and COVID and all that. I don't know why they won't keep relitigating 2016. I mean, do they know what real news is? Come on.
Won't even touch it.
Now they're busy talking about soldiers and shit. Why won't they? Priorities, people, priorities. All right, that was fun.